Baldur's Gate 3 upcoming patch 8 will be adding one new subclass for each of the existing Bard, Barbarian, Cleric, Druid, Paladin, Fighter, Monk, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard classes in the game. New abilities, animations, summons, and cantrips, VFX, and new dialogue for Oathbreaker Knight with written reactivity for Oathbreakers, plus a touch of homebrewing on certain actions to enhance the RPG experience. Here is the in-depth breakdown for each new subclass. The Blade Singing subclass merges swordplay with wizardry. Expect new spellcasting animations when casting spells with your weapon. A new Blade Song ability to grant you supernatural speed, agility, and focus, plus gives you a bonus to any Constitution saving throw you make. Hexblade Warlocks make a pact with an entity from the Shadowfell that manifests in the form of magical weapons. Curse your enemies and force their souls to do your bidding. Slay any enemy that isn't generally an element of nature. Construct Giant Blob or Already Dead, and you'll be able to raise their spirit from their corpse for 10 turns. This new summon can deal necrotic damage and will rip away a chunk of your enemy's soul to provide your Hexblade Warlock with healing. As a shadow magic sorcerer, you deal in a form of magic that makes you deadliest in darkness. This subclass gives its sorcerers superior dark vision, as well as the ability to shadow walk between places of dim light or darkness. It also lets you call forth the perfectly homebrewed Hound of Three Omen to harass your foes and use Strength of the Grave to prevent you from being downed. This rogue subclass introduces a range of new actions fit for the piratical life. Play dirty by tossing sand at enemies to blind them. Flick your weapon at a target to disarm them, or use your new fancy footwork passive while meleeing your enemy to ensure they can't make an opportunity attacks against you for the rest of your turn. Swarmkeeper subclass provides rangers with 3 kinds of deadly swarms to assist them in combat. The Cloud of Jellyfish deals extra lightning damage, potentially shocking your enemy. The Flurry of Moths deals psychic damage, giving you the potential to blind your enemy. The Legion of Bees deals piercing damage and forces the enemy to make a strength saving throw or be knocked back 15 feet. Each swarm also has the ability to provide you with teleportation capabilities. Putting the brew in homebrew as the Drunken Master, you have the ability to consume alcohol straight from your inventory, as well as drink from bottles you see around the Sword Coast in order to recover ki. By sharing the bottle with your enemies using Intoxicating Strike, you'll generate a buff towards your armor class and your chance to hit drunk targets. Drunk enemies are also susceptible to the Drunken Master's other abilities, like Sobering Realization, which sobers up drunken targets, dealing physical and psychic damage. Mastering the dual arts of magic and marksmanship, the Arcane Archer subclass offers unique skills on top of new shooting animations. Banish foes to the Feywild, removing them from the battlefield for a turn, or unleash psychic damage that forces enemies to make a wisdom saving throw or be blinded until the start of their next turn. You've been sworn to uphold the principles of law. Stay true to your oath and you'll be rewarded with the power to aid your allies and disrupt your foes. Guide your companions in battle with righteous clarity, taunt enemies with strategic interrupts, and keep your party standing strong with divine allegiance, absorbing their damage while restoring their health. Taking on one of the 3 starry forms for their power, the constellations of the Archer, Chalice, and Dragon. Each one favors a different playstyle and strategy. The Archer dealing radiant damage with astral arrows, the life-giving Chalice restoring hit points to you and others nearby, and the Wise Dragon, allowing you to deal damage with an added bonus to Constitution rolls. The starry forms offer not just a celestial aesthetic, but practical, powerful options to enhance your role as a healer, fighter, or strategist. As a Cleric of Death, you'll find a few dark new tricks up your sleeve. From spells that specialize in necrotic damage to 3 new necromancy cantrips. This includes Toll the Dead, a cantrip that causes 1 to 8 damage when your cleric rings the bell of impending doom, a number that scales if your target has already been damaged. They've also added the homebrewed ability to explode nearby corpses, damaging enemies. Opt for the path of giants, and your newfound giant strength will make it easier for you to yeet friends and foe alike. Forget chugging potions to pump those muscles. These barbarians benefit from the Giant's Rage passive that grants both strength and size, allowing you to deal additional damage with throw attacks, also added increased carry capacity. Cast Mantle of Inspiration to bestow your allies with 5 temporary hit points, and should an enemy attack while it's cast, they'll find themselves charmed. Play your hand correctly and you'll be able to use this to your advantage with Mantle of Majesty. Target charmed enemies and you can command them to flee, move closer, freeze, drop to the ground, or drop their weapon.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.